We're in the depths of delusion, everyone. Let's establish the scene. Eazy, the block captain, the same man Remy claimed was only a co-worker in the culture, walked out in front of 40,000 people after Remy was dumped on Instagram Live and is now refusing to sign the divorce papers. Viewers and declared, "I'm single. I've been single." Let's stop the uncertainty. No notice, no pre-recorded words, app apologies, just vibrations Wi-Fi, and the whole ruin of Remy Ma's final shred of dignity. How did Remy reply silently and gracefully? Nope. According to reports, Remy declined to sign the divorce documents Papoose provided weeks ago, saying the time didn't feel right. Timing, sis, you were publicly dropped like a bad mixtape, and now suddenly you want to pause the process, insiders say. Preserve her public persona while Clarissa Shields posts gym selfies with her partner and a sparkly filter on her championship belt. You can't make up. But we did, and we're going to expose the betrayal. In case you thought the Remy Papoose Eazy triangle couldn't get much messier, prepare yourself for the grand finale of emotional whiplash. This is because, just as fans were beginning to move on, the aftermath and Ray's plan to reclaim the narrative were revealed. After considering that the controversy might have subsided, Eazy made the decision to drop a bombshell on Instagram Live. There was no countdown, no warning, no PR statement, just a ring light, a Wi-Fi connection, and the truth, or at least his version of it. Imagine Eazy sitting on a hotel couch, hoodie on without blinking, and said nonchalantly, "I'm not in a relationship. I haven't been in a minute. I thought it was time you all knew." All of a sudden, Twitter went from Team Remy hashtags to hashtag Remy got left in less than 6 minutes. The live comments were harsh. One viewer commented, "It's not the queen who gets benched in the middle of the season." Another viewer remarked, "Sis, did you really get played by the same man who calls himself Eazy?" And while fans attempted to following this revelation, someone in the chat screen videotaped the entire incident. That video had 5 million views in 10 hours. But let's go back in time, since this disaster had been simmering for months. It all started with those warm behind-the-scenes photos. The late-night creative sessions that always ended around 3 in the morning. The famed battle rap event when Remy and Eazy's eye contact alone might have caused a fire, and Remy and Eazy giggling a little too much during interviews. After allegedly spotting Rye and Eazy being too near during a private practice, Papoose reportedly squeezed the trigger in a quiet, courteous manner akin to the obedient king. The man who penned poems for his wife while she was incarcerated was already suspicious, and then the divorce papers arrived. Instead of signing the papers and announcing that she was ready to move on, Remy reportedly told close pals, "This isn't the right time. I need space to think." He didn't tweet or go live. He just presented the documents. It's hard to believe that the man is nearly halfway through a fitness campaign with Clarissa Shields and you're still in the contemplation stage. Ray's legal staff has reportedly been holding onto the divorce documents for more than 3 weeks, and they haven't rejected them. Then Eazy goes live, and the surprise is that insiders said Remy had no knowledge he was about to make that revelation. One unnamed stylist who worked with her said the day before, Remy was grinning cheerfully. Not signed, just sitting there accumulating dust and heartbreak. When the live stream went viral, Remy was apparently on set for a brand collaboration session. By the time the makeup artist finished applying eyeliner, her phone had 112 missed messages. One crew member claimed that simply halted in the middle of a pose and left the set. We assumed that something had happened to her family, but instead, her reputation suffered since, within hours, the split was all over the internet. Eazy severed her relationship with Remy on Instagram Live. Remy left on read and blast, and worst of all, apparently, Papoose learned about the live at the same time as the rest of us. He didn't recoil or repost. Instead, he just tweeted, "Sometimes closure comes before signatures." Remy is even refusing to sign documents, although she's already single. One fan remarked, "Papoose is tweeting like a man drinking herbal tea in peace while chaos dances outside his window." Fans went crazy. He's already married to Serenity, So let Remy keep the part, another person said. Clarissa's kids shared a gym selfie that same evening with the comment, "This is what happens when you train for love and loyalty, not likes." Let's be honest, that was a punch to the chest. He maintained his dignity. No gloves, no filter, just plain kale energy. And despite everything, Remy hasn't signed the documents. Is this a power move, or is she hoping that Papoose might reconsider based on purportedly leaked texts between Remy and a close friend? She stated, "This is a phase. We survived worse. He's emotional right now. Oh no, sis. This isn't a phase. This is a fully televised breakup sponsored by betrayal and uploaded to the cloud," according to several intimate sources. In the meantime, fans said that Papoose's patience is now over. According to a music industry exit, Papoose gave her time, gave her privacy, and gave her respect. Now he's done. He wants the paper signed before the month ends. Have been saturating Reese's comment sections with everything from encouraging remarks to outright mockery. One fan wrote, "If you wait any longer, Papoose and Clarissa will be celebrating their second anniversary, and her PR will also be booming. She is thinking of having a Red Table Talk style confession special to clear the air and recapture the narrative," according to Crisis Insiders. The working title is From Love to Lessons, my side of the story. But will it be sufficient given how harsh and quick the internet is? People have already began creating timelines, examining each song that Ray had released in the previous year, and contrasting her glow-up arc with her current glow-down. According to reports, Remy was sitting in her dressing area attempting to comprehend the Instagram live breakup that was being watched globally. The internet was doing what it does best, turning pain into hashtags. Within hours, hashtag #SignItPapers and hashtag #RemyRefuses were trending on X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok writers lost no time in creating back-to-back tragic sketches. The creator of Tea with Tammy dissected the entire period in a 7-part video series called When You Lose Papoose and Eazy in the Same Month, and Part 5 received over 1.5 million views alone. It was a full digital drag session, putting together a betrayal jigsaw using evidence that was unquestionably unverified, but nevertheless went viral. Leaked audio. Check out a grainy screen capture of a FaceTime call that might or might not show Remy wearing a bonnet and going shirtless. Fat Joe allegedly entered the fray without being invited, and as if things couldn't get any more bizarre, he paced his garden for precisely 9 minutes and 42 seconds while discussing loyalty and culturally inappropriate choices. He said, "I love Remy. It hurts everyone to see my sister's name being brought up in this way. Pat, who is a soldier, has never made her feel ashamed in public." Eventually, though, responsibility had to be shown, and fans filled the comments with "so he knew too." Meanwhile, Ray's silence only served to fuel rumors that she was going full therapist in cargo shorts. She didn't post, speak, or even issue a statement saying that her account was compromised, just radio silence until her staff decided to clean up the situation with what they dubbed a tearful YouTube video titled "This Is My Truth," followed by a surprise freestyle addressing the rumors, and then share a throwback picture of herself with Papoose with the message, "Real love doesn't come." Damage Control rollout leaked internal documents from her crew detailed the new plan. That message never made it on her page, allegedly because Papoose's lawyer directly cautioned her against romantic misrepresentation while the formal separation process was ongoing. Only then did fans realize that the internet didn't realize it needed a couple like Papoose and Clarissa Shields, but they suddenly couldn't stop watching their first official post together. Remy wasn't just dealing with one man's silence in this conflict. She was now up against a PR machine. The motion movie shows them fighting in the ring with the phrase, "stronger together in and out of the ring." Hashtag Paparessa views 12.3 million in 48 hours comments. Ray's name was people began to wonder if she had cheated, if it was simple, if it was serious, and whether Papoose already had Clarissa waiting in the wings. One anonymous industry source made the most shocking comment of the week to spread rumors, saying that Pat knew this was, Clarissa was doing well. She booked 3 interviews in a single week, launched a new merchandise line with the slogan, "I train, I win, I don't beg." And he didn't just get fortunate with her. He planned his departure months ago. That dinner wasn't a rebound. It was a revelation, claimed to have scored a 6-figure collaboration with Gymshark called Built Different and Remy. She has yet to sign the divorce papers, refused to sign the ring, and make a statement. Remy was dumped live on Instagram. Oh, we're living in fantasy. Y'all, let's set the situation simply. The block captain, who Remy claimed was merely a co-worker in the culture, went on to say in front of 40,000 people, "I'm single. I've been single." Let's stop the confusion. No warning. No pre-recorded notes app. Remy Ma's final threat to her dignity was Wi-Fi and an apology. But how did she respond? Remy reportedly refused to sign the divorce papers Papoose provided weeks earlier, saying the timing didn't feel right, sis. Were released in public like a horrible mixtape, and now all of a sudden you want to stop the process. According to insiders, Remy is reaching out to both men in an attempt to restore what little of her public persona she still has, while Clarissa Shields is out here sharing pictures from a couple's gym. We're going to reveal the treachery, the aftermath, and Ray's scheme to reclaim the narrative. Paperwork or not, buckle up if you thought the Remy Papoose Eazy triangle couldn't get any messier, so welcome to the emotional whiplash grand finale. Just when fans thought that perhaps the turmoil had subsided, Eazy decided to drop a bombshell on Instagram live without notice. Just a ring light, a Wi-Fi connection, and the truth, or at least his version of it. Imagine this laid-back person sitting on a hotel couch, hoodie on, blinking seldom, and then jokingly declaring, "I'm not in a relationship. Haven't been for a minute. I just thought it was time for everyone to know." Twitter swung from Team Remy hashtags to hashtag Remy got left in less than 6 minutes, and the live comments were vicious. One viewer did not like the queen being benched in the middle of the season. "Did the man who calls himself Eazy really play you, sis?" Another wrote. A person in the chat window captured the entire affair as admirers struggled to comprehend this revelation. In just 10 hours, the video had 5 million views. But let's go back a bit since this disaster had been building for months. It started with those warm behind-the-scenes photos of Remy and Eazy laughing a little too much during interviews and those late-night creative sessions that always ended around 3:00 a.m., and after that notorious battle rap incident in which their mere eye contact could have ignited a fire, Papoose, the man who composed poetry for his wife while she was incarcerated, became suspicious. Then, the divorce papers arrived. Papoose, the devoted king that he has always been, apparently saw Remy and Eazy getting too close during a private rehearsal and drew the trigger gently and respectfully. He didn't tweet or go live. Instead, he simply presented the documents, and Remy didn't sign. She reportedly told close pals, "This isn't the right time. I need space to think," in an attempt to let the world know she was ready to move on. The man is halfway through a fitness regimen with Clarissa, which is wonderful. "You're still in the let me think phase, Shields." According to sources, Ray's legal staff has been sitting on the divorce documents for more than 3 weeks, gathering dust and heartache until they go live. Here's the twist though. Remy was unaware that he would make that declaration, according to an unnamed stylist who worked with her. The day before, Remy was cheerful and preparing for a picture shoot as if nothing were wrong. But when the live stream went live online, Remy was reportedly on set for a brand collaboration session. The makeup artist's phone had 112 missed messages by the time she completed applying eyeliner. One crew member claimed that she simply stopped in the middle of her stance and left the set. We assumed that something had happened to her family, but it turned out that her reputation, because the breakup was widely publicized within hours. Eazy broke off contact with Remy on Instagram Live. Remy departed on read and on blast. And the worst part was that Remy refused to sign documents even though she was already single. Yikes, but wait, things seem to be getting better. Sometimes closure comes before signatures. He tweeted without flinching or reposting. despite being aware of the live stream at the same moment as the rest of us. One fan wrote, "Papoose is tweeting like a man drinking herbal tea." Fans were furious. While pandemonium twirls beyond his window in tranquility. He's already married to Serenity, so let Remy keep the ring while he maintains his dignity, added another. And in a workout selfie that she shared online, Clarissa wrote, "Baby, same night," with the caption, "Training for love and loyalty instead of likes leads to this." You already know what it's about. But then the story took a turn for the worst. A verified fan account that collects unreleased material. "You don't throw out a queen because she dropped her crown. I held you down when the whole world tried to drown. Mistakes were made," Remy said in a freestyle that was purportedly recorded just a week ago. She abruptly shared what they said was a preview of the unreleased freestyle. "However, love never goes away, and I won't sign anything until my soul feels satisfied." Cue the drama, the mayhem, the TikTok breakdowns. One reply video had over 3 million views in a single day, and its author said that she wasn't merely refusing to sign the documents, she was transforming it into her. She's going to make money off of her pain, and to be honest, fans were divided. Some referred to it as iconic, while others labeled it emotionally manipulative. However, everyone agreed that this story is far from done. Let's not forget about the rumor that Remy and Clarissa are going to sit down. Special new production notes that have been released indicate that the title is being changed. The Ring and the Record from Love to Legacy Unspoken. The women behind the war are reportedly among the options. But guess what? As of this morning, Papoose formally rejected making another appearance. The producer of the show responded succinctly, saying, "I'm not revisiting what I've already healed from." That alone garnered 50,000 likes on X, while Clarissa is prospering in silence. No, this is not drama. Just booking shoots, lifting weights, and keeping her lane clear, she said in her most recent post. "Peace is power, and I'm undefeated." A vehicle whistle of pictures with the phrase, "And now all eyes are on Remy." According to sources, she has been promised an exclusive tell-all interview with The Breakfast Club, but she is supposedly holding out because she wants to. What we do know is that the longer she remains silent, the louder the internet becomes. And with Papoose and Clarissa creating a complete post-scandal empire, Remy is poised to pursue the interview route or launch her doper series first. Now that she has run out of time to recapture her story, will she file the divorce papers and move on? Or will she attempt to drag out in a free-form fashion while dealing with the aftermath and hope that one viral comment beneath her most recent Instagram story will bring back public sympathy? Declared it best, "Girl, right now, the only thing preventing you from moving forward is your pen." Suddenly, the data that began with Black Love Goals has become the most dramatic celebrity split of the year. Remy lost the spouse, the rebound lost control of the story, and perhaps she's finally understanding that some people have attorneys attached. In that case, we wonder if this marks the end of Remy Ma's Black Love days or just the start of her rebranding, because she's definitely not leaving quietly and is still holding onto those divorce papers. In the meantime, Papoose has already moved on peacefully and quietly, and some reports claim that a prenuptial agreement that has already been printed eases out the picture of Clarissa collecting wins and Remy, who is caught between reflection and refusal. However, what do you believe? Remy deserved another chance? Was it simple, a diversion, or a well-thought-out escape plan gone wrong? Is Clarissa truly in love with Papoose, or is this all a PR ploy? Share your most intriguing thoughts in the comment section below. We're watching every take. Remember, this story is far from done. There is still a prospective Netflix documentary that may entirely change the course of events, a suspected sit-down special, and a freestyle leak war in the works. Click like if you're interested in each and every messy chapter. Sign up to receive more XLU. Side updates, phony leaks and controversy, failures, and activate alerts. Since the next surprise could be this is the largest one yet, gossip spill. A place where we drag instead of merely sipping tea. The whole kettle to the chronology. Trust us and see you in the next reveal. Popcorn will be necessary.